So let us welcome to the stage, talking about my perspectives, Gabriella.
It happened on a hot summer day. I felt the heat in the rough leather gloves that we had to wear when we stepped into the old barn. Huge birds of prey were sitting in 2 rows, mainly eagles and hawks. They were quite quiet, but still following our moves suspiciously from the corners of their eyes, except one. He was screeching at us ferociously. And I would be lying if I said I didn't have butterflies in my stomach. At the end of the day, they were predators with massive beaks and deadly talons. The instructor pointed at the angry bird. "His name is Crackers," she said. "He's a bit mad." Then she turned towards us and looked at me. You will get the mad bird." And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Mr. Toastmaster, fellow members, and most welcome guests. At that time, I had been in a long-term relationship, but I wasn't particularly happy. But it was many years ago. We were just too young, too immature, full of insecurities, and we only could see things from our own perspectives, and we blamed each other for every problem. So after a long struggle, I still didn't know what to do. I felt lost and I felt stuck in the situation. But despite our difficulties, of course, we still had the occasional nice moments, like this one, when we visited the Birds of Prey Center. So we took the birds out, and Crackers were sitting on my arm. I was like this a little bit. The instructor gave us the signal. We all raised our arms, letting the birds know that they are free to fly. And I was speechless, seeing a massive bird from this close and feeling the brush of air on my arm as he started to flap his powerful yet elegant wings. And soon they were up there. Funnily, they reminded me of those well-crafted paper planes, you know, the ones that just sit effortlessly on the back of a breeze, almost weightless. So I was standing there watching the birds going higher and higher, and I realized something. I realized that they have the ability to see things from above. They have the ability to see the whole picture underneath, everything together. And at the same time, they are able to spot the tiniest little details down there, such as a little mouse running on the field. And at that moment, the penny dropped. Have you ever had one of these special moments when suddenly you see something in a different light? When seeing my relationship from above and from a distance, I realized what I was doing and what I needed to change. Now, many people think that change is difficult, but sometimes a changed perspective is enough to create a different mindset, and that could lead to bigger and bigger positive changes in a person's life. And this is well known in therapy, and I witnessed that many times happening with my clients. But the ability to change perspectives is not only useful in therapy, but in any other fields where problem-solving skills or creativity is important, such as here at Toastmasters when we write a speech, for example. Or even in physics. According to Einstein, you cannot solve a problem with the same level of thinking that created the problem. Yeah, so we have to move our thinking to different levels. According to Robert Dietz, who modeled genius people's mental strategies, one of the most common characteristics of genius is to be able to entertain more perspectives of a particular subject, then it's difficult. And to find the perspectives that no one else has taken. In addition, geniuses have highly developed ability for switching between perceptual positions. Now, what does that mean exactly? Let's take Walt Disney's example. In position 1, he could be himself, and then he was able to associate himself into his characters, to see the world through their perspectives. And in this way, he could fully develop the character's personality, their actions, their feelings, their movements. And then he would take a third position and become an observer, to see the whole project through the eyes of the audience. Now, do you think that he would notice different things in each position? Yeah. From this position, he could criticize things like the audience would. Yeah? He could notice what would work and what wouldn't. Now, you might say, yes, but how this information is relevant to you? And true, most of us are not into creating cartoons. But we do interact with people. And the more we can step into someone else's shoes, the more we can understand their motives, their behaviors, their feelings, and we can build better relationships. And then when we move to the third position and become an observer, we can notice new aspects about ourselves. We can notice what we're doing right or what we're doing wrong, or most importantly, what we could change to make a situation better. So the more we practice moving between the positions, or levels, or perspectives, the more flexible our thinking becomes. And more flexibility means more creativity. And we can think outside the box. Better problem-solving skills, better performance at work or at home, and of course, ultimately, happier life. So I was standing there watching the hawks, and I noticed that one was missing. I heard the instructor voice, "Watch out!" But it was too late. Crackers, my mad hawk, flew back and landed on my head. Apparently he liked traveling on people's head. Now, feeling the 3 centimeter talons on my scarf was a little bit weird at first, but then I got used to it, and somehow I didn't mind. I warmed to him. Maybe I liked the fact that he was different to the others. So I went home that day with a beautiful memory, with a changed mindset, and with a reminder. With a reminder that there are always more perspectives to any situations. And it's up to us which one we choose. Thank you.